barbell box squat. Now, when it comes to selecting an appropriate box, this isn't really appropriate, reason being it's too soft. So you'll see when I use it, I sort of sink into it. But for demonstration purposes, this is just easier for me to move around and use to display the exercise. However, when you're doing this, you want to make sure that whatever you're using is firm and safe. It's not going to slide on you if sort of any horizontal force is applied. And it's not going to just completely compress, which sort of defeats the purpose of the exercise. So using like a bench is a good way to go. Or if your gym has plyometric boxes or even just a firm chair, something like that. The general rule of thumb is you don't want something that's going to be lower than sort of mid to upper shin, and you don't want something that's going to be higher than knee level. You want to get right at that sweet spot of lower knee, upper shin. That's sort of the best place to be with this exercise. So setting up your box or whatever it is you're using close to the bench, facing the rack, bar is set at shoulder level, setting up on the bar, make sure your grip is even, line yourself up, pin your shoulder blades back for the bar to rest on, unracking the bar, stepping back slowly, nice and close to my box now. Gaze is forward, feet are hip width apart or just outside, toes are slightly pointed out, and now I'm just going to descend into my squat. Come down, sit on the box, stand up. One more, down, sit on the box, stand up. Pretty straightforward. Now, some big things to keep in mind when performing this variation is you want the weight to be on your midfoot. This way you're going to be in the most balanced position. And when you're sitting down on the box, you want to make sure that you're not losing control. You would have noticed as I'm coming down, I'm in full control, full control, full control. Sit back, stand up. All right? Oftentimes a common mistake you'll see is people will sort of just drop down and then rock back up. So control is key. Other than that, keeping pressure on your midfoot, maintaining good posture. We don't want to overextend. We don't want to collapse. Just maintaining a good neutral position, bracing our core. When we're breathing and setting up for the bar, breathing and setting up for the rep, we want to take a big breath in, tighten your abs. If someone's going to punch you, just send down into your squat. And as you're coming up about the halfway point, that's when you can breathe out and exhale. I'm just going to give you a demonstration now of what it'll look like from the front. Obviously you wouldn't do this, but this bar is light, so it's easy for me to just give you a demonstration. So set, make sure your grip's even. Feet just outside hip width, gaze forward, breathe, brace. Finished. Now it's obvious why I wouldn't do this, because why? How am I supposed to get the bar back? Obviously this is only 10 kilos, so it's easy. But if there was actual weight on that and it was heavier, that would have been a very dangerous situation to be in. So you always, always, always have the box here, rack is here, unrack the bar, perform your exercise, put the bar back. Other than that, pretty straightforward. Focus on control, minimize any sort of momentum, and make sure the box is the appropriate height.